There are two options for second readings this Pentecost. Both have to do with bodies. What are we to make of our flesh? What is the right way to live in a body? These same readings also ask questions about community and belonging. That's not a coincidence. So often, our first metaphors for understanding belonging are metaphors of the body, because our bodies are our first places where we understand acceptance and difference. Do I look like my neighbor? Do I look like how society says I ought to look? In the letter to the Galatians, we hear about works of the flesh and works of the spirit. The flesh, says Paul, is immoral, impure, lustful, jealous, and hateful. In contrast, the spirit is kind, patient, generous, faithful, and gentle. Is this reading telling us that there is something inherently wrong with our human bodies? Do we have to overcome our skin and bones in order to focus on the spirit? Recently, I've been really struggling with feeling like I don't belong in my body. I have PCOS, which is a metabolic disorder that impacts everything from hormones to hair to muscle mass. My body composition and my energy levels both fluctuate a lot. It's easy to feel like my body is wrong, so I am wrong. But when Paul writes in verse 17 that human flesh has desires against the spirit, what if we thought about big S spirit and big B body? The movement of God in the world and in our hearts, which produces peace, kindness, and generosity, that spirit doesn't know hatred or abuse of others or of ourselves. It is not the individual human body that must be overcome. It is all of our bodies, our human tendencies, and the society we create together that breed inaccessibility, harm, and injustice. The other second reading option for today, from Paul's first letter to the Corinthians, provides the vision of this beloved, spirit-led community. Differences aren't just embraced, they're necessary. Our differences allow us to manifest the different gifts of the Spirit. Regardless of gender, religion, country of origin, ethnicity, or ability, each member of the body of Christ is different and crucial. In a time of such intense violence and injustice, we each must do our own unique part in exactly the bodies we're in. Whether you're a student, a parent, an artist, an activist, a religious brother or sister, every individual has a role to play in resisting the lure of power and combating hatred and greed. When the time of Pentecost was at hand, all of the disciples were together in one place, but then each was given a unique gift to speak to a specific, diverse audience of the good news. Each of us has flesh that speaks, whether verbally or not, exactly what those God has placed around us most need to hear.